Obviously with my other character I set out perfect paladin, so I'm playing how they intend you to play a paladin. But at the same time, it's like if you really want, you could complete the experiment and just go crazy, and the whole game's almost a process of seeing how good your creation actually can do. Don't know what the hell that's supposed to say, Ray, but I think you've had enough. Yeah, I'm sorry it's like dark, my camera's crap. That's one of the first things I think I'll get, well, I don't know, I think I'm debating if I want to get new equipment. As money allows, I'm going to slowly enhance stuff to better the stream. And I might start with equipment, you know, cameras, mics, stuff like that, then worry about a broadcast system, because there's no point getting a broadcast system that can do green screen stuff. And I mean, hell, this might even be able to do green screen stuff, but I know this camera doesn't have enough quality to actually pop out a decent, you know, just be counterproductive. But yeah, because I already know a way I can set up stuff in here. I just have to rotate my desk around if I do get to the point where I want to do green screen. And I don't know, I mean, I like having the little fancy border, and being that I dabble in graphic arts, you know, I can make my own little borders and a lot of my overlay stuff. Just like, I don't know if you guys saw my new for what I'm going to be going online with Exios, I now have his own online soon screen. I don't know, maybe she's just bugging you to come watch me for some reason. Unless you were calling me sweetheart, and then if you're asking me what I want, sweetheart, I just want you here. And if you want, you know, you can even come in the team speak so I can hear that sweet, sweet voice of yours. If you haven't heard him, you'll understand. It's the accent thing, I can't help it. Us Americans just love accents, right? I'm gonna just throw out a vote here, but I'm pretty sure I know Ray's been voting on stuff, and he picked the leather last time, and Valentine's nice to me, so Valentine always picks the leather right now. I'm gonna assume... No, I'm not gonna assume, I'll give a second. But I will let you guys vote on this. I mean, really, there's some stamina. Really, almost even doesn't even matter. Like, I lose some defense here, which would just make me squishier, but at the same time, get some more magic defense. I feel like magic defense is one of the biggest bonuses. Like, I almost wish I had made my paladin actually like a leather wearing sword and shield paladin. Well, I mean, do you want me to drag? I mean, I just figure it's your team speak. I can't tell you crap, man.
User was moved to your channel.
Is this a remix? What is this?
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, there's a... What? I mean, it's your team speak.
Oh, you're talking about music. Well, I was being respectful, right? How would you like?
I mean, no, it's cool. I mean, I appreciate it a lot. But, yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want, really. I just kinda... I would just deal with it, you know, it's your team speak, so...
I didn't realize how bad my microphone sounded. I thought it was a fairly high quality standard. But hearing it over the stream, I seem a little bit...
I mean, would you say my mic sounds good? Because, I mean, I'm gonna get a better mic with, like, a...
Really, for the quality and, like, the headset it actually sounds, you know, fairly standard good. Mine sounds a bit...
I mean, it wasn't an expensive headset, it wasn't a cheap headset, but it was a deal headset is really what it was. It was on sale for quite a bit, and I was like, that looks pretty decent, so... Now, who's poking me?
Probably the fucking redneck.
Who wants the redneck on the commentary? See? I told you. That sexy, sexy voice.
Dear. Dear Lord, don't make you blush.
Well, I need you to counter my voice. My voice is... I can't believe nobody tells me frequently. Well, apparently you did, but apparently I didn't listen. I don't know why I was sitting there, like, telling people to vote on that anyways, because it wasn't even a... It was an accept, not even a turn in.
Oh, yeah, it's like a... Fair enough. But no, your voice isn't that bad. I mean, on the stream it does sound a little bit, I'd say, I don't know, I wouldn't say nasally, but it sounds different to how you sound now.
Does it? So I'd like to think I don't really sound that bad, and I don't know why it would
Like,
make
you
my
say you
voice
sound
worse.
nasally, but when I first talked, and I listened to it, like, you'll get used to it eventually. When I used to listen to my YouTube videos that I used to make, because I'd constantly think, how do I stop those S's, and how do I stop that goddamn nasally sound? But it turned out in the end, you just get used to it, and it's not actually there. It's just you being critical.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Just, and I feel like I have this tone that's not even intended, and I understand why, like, people are like, well, it sounds like you have a tone in your voice, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But then when I go listen to myself, I'm like, I guess I do have a tone that's completely unintentional. It just makes me sound like a prick.
Yeah, that's just what we are. We just sound like we're assholes or pricks.
But I swear I'm not.
Well, no, personally. Sorry, you sound like, you're not personally. You don't mean to, but like when you come across to someone and say something, it'll seem like you're being sarcastic or that you're not being genuine. And that's my issue. That's I get as well.
Yeah, I can see it. I don't know. It just makes me understand people and their issues with me a little bit more. Oh man, cool weapon drop, but it's two-handed, and we're not two-handing this guy. It'd be less options, less fun.
Is this a different account, or is this the same account?
This is the same account I've been playing since the beginning of his life, letting people choose crap.
Alright, Exios, yeah. What's Ray talking about? No one.
Because I think he said he had told me how annoying my voice is before.
Alright.
I mean, I know you have recently, especially since I've acknowledged it, but I just don't remember anybody straightforward reminding me how annoying I was beforehand.
You don't sound that bad at all.
I think I do though, but
I'm in a happy.
I must
mood
not
today.
think I sound that bad, or maybe I wouldn't be on. I wouldn't be trying to Twitch if I thought my voice was like making people's ears bleed.
Oh, I'm not in my typical cynical mood, so I'm being genuine now.
Oh.
It doesn't sound that bad at all.
See, I'm always cynical, so I don't know if you've noticed.
Yes.
I'm actually a very cynical bastard.
What's it? Got a poke saying Redneck getting in.
Where'd he go? Play this one pretty nice.
Oh, Sifrix is
I don't know if you like this kind of music, but no, he's not. He's just been in there since last night. I think he passed out in there.
Fair enough.
I wonder if he even knows I'm streaming.
Well, he hasn't been active for 16 hours, so.
Because, yeah, like, the only reason he can't really be a guest often is because, other than the fact he doesn't understand I'm talking to the viewers and not just him, so I don't need, like, yeah, uh-huh, oh, okay, yeah, while I'm explaining something long. Like, because that just interrupts it and the people who I want to hear the information.
Well, it's
Yeah.
a distraction, isn't it?
Well, not just that. I mean, if they're trying to hear and then he comes... Now, luckily, you must have granted me priority speaker, which
Yeah.
will help. But, I didn't even think about doing that for some reason. But yeah, I mean, it's just I'm not the most entertaining person necessarily, which is half the reason I like having guests. I'm more entertaining when there's other people around, or other people talking to me. So because of that, I got a few points I can work off. One of them, informative. And once I get the hang of this game, I'm usually pretty pro about stuff. I won't be pro on this character because there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna be highly skilled. What the hell just happened? No idea what that was.
I need to wait for the stream to catch up to see it.
We'll see it pretty soon here.
Oh, yeah, that is weird.
I was like, I don't know, it's like I hit my head on something. But yeah, so, one thing I definitely try to be is informative. Usually once I do something or know something, I know it. I memorize things pretty well. So I can at least give some, like, A-quality information about the game.
Yeah, you do. You generally will, like, people won't ask you questions, but you'll still inform them, and I think that's a decent quality of a commentator.
I'd like to be a little more entertaining as an entertainer, but I'm not. That's why I decided to get music. So that during those pauses where I really just don't... You'd be surprised. There's times when I don't have something to say. Do you believe that, Barry?
No, that's hard to believe, Chris.
Right? After, what, 45-minute interview?
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, I still regret having Ben.
Yeah.
That wee in my head it's just stuck in there. I cannot forget it.
It was a big... it pissed me off quite a bit. I believe we were all still on the TeamSpeak, so I told him on the TeamSpeak, I was just like... Yeah, no. Don't do that.
What is that? Your face has just suddenly gone like half dark.
Oh, there's freaking... It's because I have the light coming in from out here, and my camera's stupid, so if I'm not blocking this light... I tried to turn the light on over there on, and it usually works and kind of balances, but yeah, it's because it's pretty sunny outside, and my camera tries to auto-adjust, and usually just makes me invisible. Or look like some kind of weird creeper, just creeping in the shadows.
Yeah, because I think that's like one of the most important factors of it, like your face camera, is to make sure that you're in good light.
Well, it's like, yeah, one thing I want to do is actually put a light somewhere over here, as well as I'd like to actually have, I need to get a different camera, but if I can't get a different camera, I need to find a way to set that camera back some, so it's a little more, because it's so easy for me to just turn my chair and be completely out of the frame, just trying to get comfortable, so. But I knew I had to do cam, as much as I'm not always the most, well, I guess I'd rather be on cam than mic, but you can't really be on cam without being on mic. That would just be weird.
Yeah. Seems like a weird type of camera thing.
Like, there he is. He's looking at us and we're watching him, but he doesn't speak to us.
His mouth is missing. Am I supposed to...
None of these boots are better, so I'm just gonna pick one. Oh yeah, hope Valentine's still there. These are my options for my third skill set. I want you guys to pick and pick wisely. The two recommended are defense, which I kind of know that tree. Honestly, if I got defense, the only difference between this tree and my paladin's tree would be the fact that this person has shadow play instead of vitalism. I have no idea what oromancy is. Witchcraft type of magic, cultisms, type of magic, archery. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Sorcery is sorcery. Songcraft, I imagine, has more to do with buffs and support things, and then vitalism's like healing and stuff. So, right, that's one vote for archery. Curious to see what Valentine's vote is. Hopefully Valentine's still here. What's your vote? Roach.
You've got one for defense there.
Okay, I got
Valentine says archery.
2 archery, 1 defense.
In that case, I'll go archery to appease the majority.
Alright, it seems like 3 archery, which I believe is over the majority of what I'm seeing as the current viewers, so...
Not just because Anna said it, at all.
Now, I think I'm gonna go with archery, even though it's not recommended, which I think is interesting. I think it's a good way to go, because with this character, if I can do some good damage before they get to me, it'll make my pools more successful. So I honestly find it odd, though, that they don't actually have that set as one of the trees, especially with some of the stuff it has, like increased move speed and basic bow attack damage. Plus, it's a great passive. It's a good passive for anything you're gonna use. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead with this. Now, let's see. I'm going to need to spend some of these skill points. I'll do a quick overview of things. I'll look at your guys, but we'll try to get these skill points spent out. You have drop back, which is backwards leap thing that could be useful for getting out, but I don't see that being much use for me now, being I don't really play in parties. So even if I drop back, I mean, if I drop back, I guess my archery skills become more useful. So that could be a good one, because that should be able to leap me back. Let me get in a couple of these before going back to melee. We have a passive here, evasive counter strike, which after a successful melee evasion, I launch a counterattack and accumulate 5 bloodthirst, which later there are certain skills that utilize that bloodthirst. I have an AoE here that inflicts 214 physical damage on many nearby enemies. And then I have my first 3 archery skills. We have Charged Bolt, which fires a charged arrow at an enemy, dealing 178 range damage and slowing move speed for 3 seconds. The skill always hits. Damage is reduced -20% if the target is within 8 meters. Piercing Shot inflicts a deep wound, dealing 75 range damage with an additional 34 damage for each stack of bloodthirst. Also silences and dismounts the enemy with any stacks of bloodthirst. That actually sounds pretty useful for PvP stuff. Deals a total of 176 damage over 14 seconds. Damage is reduced by -20% if the target is within 8 meters. And then Snare, which is sort of a trap, which could also be useful for being able to pull back and get more ranged off. It snares the feet of an enemy within 5 meters for 5.1 seconds. And the duration's reduced by 50% in PvP. So the way you can call them out is say, refer to this as Shadowplay passive or the Shadowplay skill, first and second battle rage skill, first, second, and third archery skill. But I need to spend about 4 points, so I got about 4 points to spend off. I think I'm at least gonna call shots on 1 and get this basic archery attack here.
So for each skill set, do you get 4 available skill points, or is that like each level you get a skill, and then every skill set is like...
I wish I knew the specifics on that, because sometimes I level up and certain skills level up. Like you'll see how my rapid strike is level 4. That's my first skill there. That goes up sometimes when I level up, which certain skills, I guess, just in general have certain levels. Because even just now, I just bought Charged Bolt, but it came in at level 4 because it's the first skill. So as you progress, your skills have certain points where they're going to increase, like probably just certain levels. I don't see any way to see it yet, so maybe it's like hidden, just so you find out, like you don't know how good your build's going to be, which skills. Like for instance, if you get skills that level up more frequently, you know, at certain level points, you could actually build a character that's going to have a lot more powerful skills and stuff like that. But I haven't paid enough attention to see which levels I get skill points and which levels I don't. So I'll try to pay a little more attention to that with Exios, but with Crux I just like was blazing through, and then when I did have skill points I just looked to see if I could spend them. But it doesn't seem to be every level you get skill points, at least, so I know that much.
Definitely sounds interesting. I mean, if it ever does go free to play, then I'll definitely want to give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like free to play. It's not like it's going free to play, like, some pay to play games do. It's
Yeah,
going to release free to play. So it's going to probably have an open beta, which is a good time to get in early and test it out.
I definitely want to do that, and then see
But,
if I want to do the Patreon in the end. I hope that's not too expensive, to be honest.
eh, if anything, I can't see it being more than the standard 15.
Even for me, that's a bit steep, but yeah.
I think I'm going to go with some strategy here, guys, and since I'm not seeing a lot of votes. I think I'm going to go ahead and get snare and drop back
Oh, when you say
and
$15, right?
whirlwind slash. Yeah, $15, which is less than that in your currency. It'd be like whatever your standard there is. I don't know.
British pound.
Yeah. But that's at the most, because I couldn't see them making it more expensive than most MMOs. If they're really smart, they'll make it a little less, like $12 or something. And if they
Yeah.
do that, then this game with the subscription options for $12, hell yeah. I would stay sub to it, and I don't usually sub to games. And if I do, it's never longer than like 3 months. And if that's the case at this game, which I highly doubt, because I mean, I'm ambitious. I already, like, even if I don't know, stop streaming or something, just, want to play a game, I'll easily probably run an RP guild with my Crux character on whatever the official or unofficial RP server is. I'll be ambitious. I'll want a castle. I'll want a manor, because Crux is always like some like overly friendly, generous noble. So I'd at least want a house that fits his character, and I'd want, to get to that cap level and get like the best looking high level armor set that just looks perfect on him and just fits the character. And I'd at least play for that long, however long that takes. And with this game, I feel like it's not like Guild Wars 2. I got the cat really fast and got my ideal armor set really fast in Guild Wars 2. So, yeah, it was just, and yeah, I think, consecutive evasion increases melee evasion plus 16% for 7 seconds after a successful evasion against melee attacks. Now I got tough decisions. I think I'll increase my bow thing just to give my range a little more benefit. Alright. So you guys could have made that easier on me. You could have just made all my decisions. I'm sounding like I'm trying to be interactive with my viewers, but the truth is I'm trying to be lazy. What's weird is, I think I'm the first person to be like, hey, you get to make all the decisions with my character. Like, because I've gone around, I've watched a few streams, and they all, like, even the most interactive people, like, I found a great streamer today, and I don't mind mentioning his name, even if everybody leaves to go watch him. But, I found, Doc Got Game. Really, like, genuinely cool dude. Seems really down to earth. He was really nice to me. I even accidentally said something, they saw I was, like, advertising my stream and whatever, and he said it's all good, and, like, untimed me out or whatever, and like, I don't know, he was just really nice about everything and stuff. And so just thought that was pretty neat. And then, like, he's really interactive. I mean, there was plenty of times where he was standing around doing nothing just because he was busy, like, handling his guild and talking to his viewers and answering viewer questions. And but yeah, he seemed like a really just generally good dude. And like, but even like people like him, they're super interactive with the viewers. Like, I totally played, and he was just like, that seems like a pretty good idea. I'm like, really? Nobody's thought about? I mean, after Twitch plays Pokemon, you think people would think, hey, we should let Twitch viewers make decisions.
Yeah, but it's also this kind of like that thing is his character, isn't it? It's his. But it's whatever. It's up to the
That's the thing. I
Right.
have my character that could be my. The thing is with my Exios characters, anyways, I never know what I want to do with them. So, like, cause he's kind of an odd character in my head as like a character. Like when it comes to like decisions he'd make or like things he'd do. Like if I was gonna go on an RP standpoint, and oh, I gotta move all my skills down here. But yeah, like when I think about it on like a RP standpoint, ever when I'm trying to roleplay, like it really can't, because he's just kind of like a free form spirit kind of thing. He'll just do whatever the fuck he wants. So because of that, I never even know how to play him. So like, I never know what kind of class to really make him. I never know, and I just never exactly know how to play him. So I figured he's a perfect character. Just, I mean, why not? I mean, it's something nobody else really seems to be doing. Why not let viewers make decisions about him? So, and plus, I think it makes the game a little more fun with me, because then I have to just make whatever they decide work.
Yeah, definitely an aspect of a challenge there.
And I like a challenge. I mean, I don't like games to be walking apart, and sometimes MMOs even feel like a walk in the park. Like Guild Wars 2, like once I got my character the way I wanted them, then it was just a walk in the park up to 80. Then once I knew a dungeon, the dungeon was simple. Like once I knew the strategy for a dungeon, there was no losing. I wasn't gonna lose in a dungeon. My whole team could die, and I'd make sure to finish up the mess. Like, and so it kind of became like almost too easy. Because it's all just, it's math. Like, that's the thing about MMOs. It's all just math and calculations. All you have to do is figure out how to get the best combination. Best formula. And once you have that, bam, you can, I mean, it's why WoW even changed stuff. Because if you were smart enough, like I was back when I played WoW, I built this DPS tank class that was pretty much like almost invincible. Give me a healer as a teammate, and bam, I pretty much could solo PvP with just him hanging back, throwing me heals. They never seemed to worry about taking out the healer for some reason. And I used to run the flag back and forth all by myself. Of course, this was vanilla WoW. Nowadays, you can't build the same kind of character. Like, they just don't have it set up that way anymore. What am I doing? Obtain wilderness horns from Centaur Bandit Wizards and Centaur Bandit Warriors. Cool, centaurs. Oh, really gotta grab my skills. Careful, George W. Bush, you don't want to get hit.
No, you told me about that.
Most people might not care, but I'll still care when George W. Bush gets killed. Because who am I gonna ride around on top of if he dies? Huh? Alright, let's see what skills I get. I got this. It's an evasion. Let me set that for... In case people are wondering why I have stuff all the way up here, these 5 keys are set for my G keys, which are like to the left of my caps lock and everything. So I'm actually able to hit those pretty quickly. So it's a little easier for me to have like my varying stuff. So for my paladin, all my heals I keep up here, and then all my attack stuff and whatnot's down here. And if I really have to, stuff that I have time to click, I'll put, in this area. And then all my, utility stuff I always put over here. So, I mean, that seems to be the best way for me to do it with the fact I got the 5 keys. So I figure with this guy, it'll be primarily melee. So I'll have melee across, filling up this spot and some of this spot. And I'll try to put all of my range stuff in there. Yeah, for people who still don't know that much about ArcheAge, what I'm doing right now kind of has that typical MMO feel, but there's a lot to this game that